Peace. Welcome to Mr. Tony's Hip Hop School. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This is for hip hop heads who love old school hip hop, who revel in real hip hop when hip hop was the shit. This topic today is going to be best and favorite rap groups of all time. In the last video, I had talked about that a little bit. For me, see, there's different reasons. For me, it's different reasons why I like different groups, and that was the beauty of hip hop back then. It was variety. You had variety. You had different type of group. I mean, just hip hop across the board. I mean, not even just the groups, just the hip hop artists. Everybody had their own style, man. But the two greatest, I mean, it's really hard for me because the Tribe Called Quest and the Wu-Tang Clan. I mean, really, if somebody put a gun in my head and said, who's the fucking greatest hip hop group of all time, I gotta say Wu. It's Wu. And it's probably because they put out a whole lot more shit. They put out way more shit, and they just had so many dudes that I like. You know, Meth is very unsung, man. Method Man is very unsung. He don't get the due he's supposed to get. Method Man was a great fucking lyricist. He was a great rapper. He had a nice flow too. You know what I mean? He had swag. He's a great fucking rapper that nobody really talks about. My other man was Ghostface, fucking Old Dirty Bastard. Yes, I got all his shit. Old Dirty Bastard was I used to listen to him a lot, man. And I could listen to his whole album, the whole joint. This was when I was going to the park, pulling women and all that. And me and my boy, we would listen to the whole Old Dirty Bastard. It's just like with Wu, I could listen to the whole thing. The little skits they had in there, the little funny skits, you know. Then RZA he went and did Bobby Digital. You know what I'm saying? Nobody talks about this stuff, man. This is what I'm saying. Nobody talks about none of this stuff, man. How you gonna talk about RZA and don't even talk about when he did his alter ego Bobby Digital? Motherfuckers don't even know he made a couple albums. Y'all gotta check them joints out. They all right. I don't think they on the level of the Wu-Tang, but they all right. You got GZA. You know what I mean? Scratch Beneath the Surface. You got the Liquid Swords album. Oh my God. Raekwon's album. Only built for Cuban links. Like this stuff is like, this is hip hop gold. This is hip hop gold. Liquid Swords and fucking Only built for Cuban links. Oh my God, man. Ghostface Killer, Pretty Tony. I mean, those albums were fucking great. And then another thing, don't nobody talk about RZA as a producer. I don't understand that. RZA is one of the greatest producers of all time. I don't know if he's in the top 10. I'm not sure, because if you really tally up, I mean, his body of work, he got a huge body of work. You know what I mean? Yeah, I guess he would be in the top 10. You know what I mean? I mean, there's so many others that I can think of as far as producers. But man, Wu, the more I'm talking about it, yeah, Wu's the greatest rap group of all time, man. I mean, there's so many different things you could say. First of all, the music, fucking rapping, fucking production, the body of work. They've been out since 93. Their first album was the shit. 36 Chambers. That's a fucking classic. You know what I mean? This is stuff that nobody talks about, man. You know, unless they might, you know, bring up, maybe they interview Method. How'd you get started? Okay, boom. But this is like, hip hop should be rebel, just like rock music. You got all these white people that like hip hop now. But it's crazy. These motherfuckers is legends. These hip hop artists from back in the day, the 80s, 90s, even the 70s, 80s, 90s, maybe even 2000s, are fucking walking legends. And nobody talks about this. I mean, Wu-Tang, the whole group was talented. It wasn't nobody that was whack. And then the Tribe, oh my God. I mean, the first 3 albums should be in the Hall of Fame. They should have I don't know if they have a rap. I mean, I don't know if they have a music. I mean, I know they have the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I know that. But it'd be nice to have our own shit, like Hip Hop Hall of Fame. And I think they got one in Brooklyn, I believe. It's a museum or something. I know they got something over there, but man, their first 3 albums were the shit. You know what I mean? Midnight Marauders I could listen to the whole joint. All of it bobbing your head. Some of them songs should have been on the radio. You know? I mean, Q-Tip, the most unique voice in hip-hop. I always said Sadat X too. Sadat X from Brand Nubian. But Q-Tip, as soon as he starts rapping, you know that's Q-Tip. You know what I mean? And I always loved Phife Dawg. I always thought he was a little more raw. You know, Phife Dawg was Phife was nice, man. And I remember when he came out with his own shit in 90, I think that was like 94 or 95. I forgot the name of the album, but he came out with his own shit. And I never listened to it. So it was one of them things where I'm going to get CDs and stuff, and I'm like, let me grab this. I always rush to the record store, and I would go and try to find some new shit. And I always remember seeing his CD, and I'm like, should I pick it up? Because I always thought, like, if he went by himself, it's gonna be whack. Plus, I never heard nobody making a big deal about his CD, so I never picked it up. So I don't know what it sounded like, but I should have picked it up. Plus, I said, if Q-Tip ain't producing his album, he gonna have some other people on there. It's gonna be whack. It's not gonna be the shit. That's why I never picked it up. But man, Tribe Called Quest, they're number 2. They're man, I mean, if it wasn't for Wu-Tang, they'd be the greatest rap group of all time. I mean, Public Enemy's up there too, and Public Enemy is one of my favorite. You know, NWA, I like NWA, but I really like NWA after Ice Cube left. That Niggas for Life, because the beats, man, that shit was, this is when I was down south, because I was in the service for a while. And like when they first came out, some of that shit was kind of corny, because you gotta remember, when I first went down south, I'm coming from Philly, so I'm hearing that shit, and then I hear Eazy-E. I'm like, this shit kind of corny, man. But then, you know, After Police, there was a few other songs they had. I'm like, oh, okay. And that's when they had Ice Cube, because it was like kind of like in your face and raw and hardcore. You know what I'm saying? And I was kind of liking that shit. But some of that other shit they made, I'm like, nah. But then when they came out with Niggas for Life, I think that was in 91. Whew. Yo, that shit was all that, man. And then the skits they had in there, the funny skits, the in between the songs, that joint's a classic. I mean, it might be too hard for some people to hear, because that shit was real raw. That shit was raw and in your face, but that was the hood. That's some hood shit. You know what I mean? I mean, it had a little bit too much killing and shit in it, but I mean, you know, it was. I mean, that's why I love hip hop, man. You might as well say I'm married to it because that's all I listen to. I don't listen to nothing new. I listen to everything probably from the late 70s to about, I think I stopped listening to hip hop 2006, 2004, 2006. And, you know, I really think the downfall of hip hop was once Biggie died. Once Tupac and Biggie died, it was on a downstroke, man, because it was getting too materialistic. You know, Puffy, I really never really cared for Puffy. I always admired and respected his grind, but he's part of the reason why hip hop started going downhill. You know what I mean? Because all that is about the Benjamins, all that materialism and all that. I mean, he just made it too watered down. Then he was trying to be. He tried to cross over. He fucked it up, man. And then everybody else just followed. And then with that Biggie and Tupac shit, it was a lot of good music that was overshadowed by that shit. Because I would go back and listen to shit, and I'm like, damn, I didn't even know this shit was out. Because everybody was so concerned with the East Coast, West Coast bullshit. So, but anyway, please like and subscribe. Tell me what you think. I know this channel's new, just starting off, just getting my feet wet, but I got a lot of knowledge when it comes to hip hop. That's for damn sure. And it's a lot of things, a lot of people I'll probably bring up that y'all forgot about. That's for the true hip hoppers. If you somebody that's just like curious about back in the day, may want to hear some old school that you never heard before, I'm your guy. That's for damn. I got you. So, this is Mr. Tony's Hip Hop School. Like and subscribe, share the video. My greatest rap group of all time is Wu-Tang. Wu-Tang is the greatest rap group of all time, followed by, I was about to say Leaders of the New School. Followed by Q-Tip and the Boys, Tribe Called Quest. I know some people will disagree about that. You know, I can go into some Southern dudes. That's gonna be another video because OutKast is up there too. OutKast is up there amongst the greatest rap groups of all time. But for me, it's Wu-Tang number one, Tribe Called Quest number two. I gotta work on the rest. Public Enemy is up there as well. They definitely in my top five. But again, I gotta really think about this, man. It's really hard. It's so many. It's too much music. It's too much, man. It's so much. That's what I'm saying. I made some videos about this before about Tupac and Biggie. Hip hop it's way too much. It's way too much talent. It's better rappers than them, man. You know what I mean? It's just that they died, they got killed, and of course, now you gotta say, you know, like, look, Biggie, he never really, I don't know, man. I would say this, he was a great lyricist. He had a great flow. And I need something that I want to hear. Like Nas was more of a thinking. It's like that shit was thought out when he wrote that shit. It's like Biggie's was thought out, but he wasn't talking about shit. He was just talking about dumb shit, which is fine. It was hood. He's talking about some hood shit. I get it. But Nas is the type of dude that you got to rewind that shit and be like, what the fuck did he just say? What was that? Like, that's the type of dude Nas was. Nas, like that Live at the Barbecue on Main Sources joint. Love that shit, man. Man. You know what I mean? Akinelli was on there. I mean, Even Large Professor was kicking that shit. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I promise I wouldn't be inching into other stuff. So please like and subscribe. Comment below. Let me know what you think. This is Mr. Tony's Hip Hop School. Peace.